Uh, good good day. Today we're going to look at how to reference other artists the right way by David Finch. So let's get into the video. The fun thing about this is it's not a funny thing, it's just a thing. When I was younger, how I actually started art because I had no material or resources to base my learning from. But what I just did was that I would watch shows like Chicken Little, watch shows like Tarzan, I watch shows like Justice League. I watch some of these superhero shows and I would enjoy it. And then I'll just like pause it because we'd use the DVD at that time. I'll just pause it with my remote and then I'll draw. I'll pause it, then I'll draw. I'll pause it, then I'll draw. It was quite annoying to my sister and like my parents, but it's how I actually started learning how to draw. And eventually I got good, like I understood like the basics of how to do a figure drawing. But that's actually how I started drawing, and it's something I still use up to today. If I see something fun that I like, I just draw it. Mostly these days what I just do is that I just actually learn from like other artists, especially comic book artists. I just try and copy their works, but I try to use my own characters because, like, when I'm trying to learn from them, I'm trying to see like the artistic choices they made and apply it to my own. How you doing, Sleep? How you doing, Lovely? How's your day going? Hope it's all good. Nice to see you guys again. How's your body feeling, Lovely? I hope you're getting better. Have you been taking medicine? Good, good. Oh, that's good news, Sleep. That's good news. I'm getting better. Yes, maybe a little too much medicine, but I don't care. I need it. Yeah, the hard times. The hard times. Give me a minute, bro. Yeah, give me a minute. Mm-hmm. Actually, personally, the thing with me is that I don't care. Like, if someone said, "Oh, you copied this artist," or like, "Oh, you actually copied directly this artist," I don't care. Like, someone might call it swiping. I don't give a shit, to be honest. Like, if I saw a figure that I like and I like that exact figure, I'm going to draw it. And the thing about drawing is that, like, artists in general, is when you are drawing, when you're drawing something, you might actually by your own self, um, just figure out that something else might be better, even though you are set on that original pose. You might just figure out that something else might be better. But personally, I don't care if I see an image I like. I'm just going to copy it the way it is. And of course, I'll give credit. I'll say like the reference. I'll talk about the reference that I used. I always place the reference that I use whenever I draw. I personally see nothing wrong with it. Speak your truth, John. Um, I mean, I just personally feel like sometimes there's just too many do's and don'ts in the arts community. As far as like you're just being honest about what you're doing, um, and you're not like profiting from anything nefarious, you can pretty much get away with a lot. Um, if I see an artist post that I like, I'm going to copy it. Yeah, and if someone asks me, I have nothing. I have nothing to hide with regards to, oh, I got this from this artist. You know. Bruh. Although, like, I won't lie, what he's actually talking about is useful. It's just that I'm not like extremely rigid on it. Oh, by the way, sleep. How's work going? The head could be better. The head could be a lot better. And maybe tilt it a bit or something. I'm chilling right now. Ooh. Exactly. Not like I'm tracing or hiding. Honesty is just very important with it. I don't know. There's there's a possibility that people learn from tracing, but as long as you are very upfront about the whole process, that's how I think. As long as you're very upfront about it, and you're not presenting that traced art as your own, then it's all cool. How you doing, Cookie? How's your day going? I'm craving a specific noodles, a specific brand of noodles. Mm. The noodles we have here, a lot of them taste like chalk. They are good for like when you're extremely hungry and you're dying of starvation, and you just get one and just like immediately boil it. This pose is not the most intense. How are you doing, Shaki? Uh, how's your day going? I see what you did there, Sleep. I see what you did there. It's very smart. Um, you didn't necessarily mention the name of the noodles that you want, because that could be used to like trace your location. Can be used to dox you. Oh yeah, you're also ill. Oh my god, everyone's ill. Lovely's ill. Shaki are ill as well. Is something in the air over there in Europe, or what? Yeah, let me catch up, Bray. I tried 2 times. It was it was the black one. I forgot. But if it was the black one, I did try that and it burned my throat. It was too spicy. You guys are talking about spicy noodles, yeah? Just so I'm I'm in the loop. The hell is that? The hell is that, John? Let me reduce the size. Oh yeah, I see the problem. The way I approached it. Ryan McCadu. Oh yeah, Irene is here. How you doing? I didn't notice that. How you doing, Irene? How's your day going? Are you chilling? How's the week? Oh my God, it's already Thursday in it. Let me see. John, did you ever beg your mom for a drawing tablet as a kid? That's an adorable question. The things my parents cared about my art, but the things they mostly cared about was feeding us and making sure we knew how to speak good English. Yeah, and having good comprehensive skills. So no, they weren't able to afford a tablet. My dad and I, like when I first started digital art, my dad and I were actually sharing a laptop. He was very accommodating of my digital arts pursuits as pursuits. So it was from his laptop, very old laptop, extremely ancient. It was from his laptop I used to learn um, Photoshop. I learned about layers. I learned about the tools in Photoshop and how to. I first learned I say video editing, like photo editing, before I then learned about like how to cartoon using like a pen brush, and then I learned how to use because I was using the touchpad on the laptop because that's how I first did my digital arts. It's somewhere the art I did at that time is somewhere in the internet. Very very cringy, but I'm very proud of them. Yeah, that's how I learned. Eventually, um, when I was about to enter university. I began learning. Like I got like a mentor, someone that was mentoring me in digital arts and stuff. And then I was saving money. I began saving some cash to actually get a drawing tablet because we can't get a drawing tablet where I stay. I have to like order for it. Jesus Christ, the chat is like blowing up today. So anyways, uh what did I do? Yeah, I saved a lot of my cash that I was getting, little change here and there. I saved up for over like a year, and then my uncle, when I went to visit my uncle, in a different part of the country, he then sent me some cash, which I then used in collaboration with the one I had, and I got my first tablet. It was a Wacom, I think it was a Wacom Intuos, I believe. Yeah, that was where I started. And it was second hand. Was it third hand? Second or third hand? Thereabouts. Yeah, I used that for a very long time before I was now able to get some money. And then I got my first iPad, which is this guy over here. Very dusty iPad, by the way. I haven't cleaned it. Uh, I promise you guys I'm a clean person. Let me show you the iPad. Ah, this guy over here. That's the first one I used. So I used this guy for a very long time. This guy over here. Can you feel him? He's shaking. Yeah. That's what I used for 3 years or 4 years. I think 5 years. I got it in 2020. Yeah, so 5 years plus. And then I got this one last year. This one I'm touching. This guy over here. Anyways, yeah, I remember when I was using the drawing tablet. I remember when not drawing tablets when I was able to get like a small laptop, and I was um saving like when I would work for like 10 minutes, and then I would save the work I was working on. Now most of the times I would have to take a nap for that work to save, because if I don't save that work, I might work and eventually I'll just see like a blue screen uh because of how heavy it was on the system. The graphics card was very poor. Anyways, that's the story. Sorry for unloading on you guys like that. Ah, I'm not a pro artist, but I think that the poses are lacking our lines of action. What? Oh, I think what the poses are lacking are lines of action. Oh, all right. Is he dead? Is who dead? Wait, were you guys having a different conversation that I wasn't aware of? Hmm. Uh, I'm really bad with wait. Drawing on the Nokia equivalent of a laptop. Uh, yeah, it's a canon event, exactly. No, not like a Wacom. Like I don't mean like the. It's not what you think. But it was good. It was good. It's one of those ones that had like patches. They had a board patch. It's okay. There are like three different things going on. All right, all right. I'm not missing much then. All right, so he's using like the sketch he already used, but then he's getting another reference from this Daredevil comic. So I'm going to try and do that and like refine my sketch. And the problem with this my sketch is, well, it has a lot of problems to be honest. But let's try and fix it. I might even just redraw the entire torso to be fair. Okay, I think the problem with this one was that he's very upright, whilst this one he's leaning a bit more. So that's what needs to be fixed. And then the head is a bit more inwards like this, I think. I probably didn't do it right still. Mm, stability 2. What is stability? Are you talking about digital art? Oh, that one on what do they call it? Clip Studio Paint. Yeah, I remember. I'm never taking music recommendations from you ever again. Especially not after that one you sent me. Which what do you mean by trust me, bro? Yo, I trusted you the last time and you just felt my ears with fat music. Yeah? No, I'm not trusting you. Yeah? Not taking music recommendations from you. Said please, bro. No, I'm not. You're not tricking me again. I'm not falling for it. What is the song about? What's the music about? said, said listen to it for the fans. Lovely. just said listen, bro. Just listen. All right, I've acquiesced. Yeah. What do you say is the name of the guy again? Let me go through the chat. um, what the hell is the name of the song again? I can't see. I can't see the recommendation. All right. Ajda Shadama. Yeah, I'm not going to listen to it now. I'm not going to listen to it now. All right. Give me a minute. Let me see. Adjar Sha what? Shada wait. Shada, let's see the name again. Yeah, I take 2 business days to type, guys. Give me a minute. The chat is moving, so I'm trying to get back to. I okay, yeah. SAH. Is that the name of the music, or is that like? Wait, is that not? Are these not Hausa guys? Is it? Is this the? You said it has what, 10 million? Is that the song? This guy over here that I'm pointing. Yeah, I spelled it correctly. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, it's AJD. Oh shit. AJDAR. Ah. Oh. All right. I'll have to turn it off so that I'll have to turn the audio off so that I can listen to it. Nah. This is sauce. Yeah, nah. I'm not listening to this. I'm not listening to this. What you mean? I'm not listening to this. Nah, I'm not listening to that, man. No chance. I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to it. Yeah? No chance. No chance. What the hell is that song? Bless your heart and ears. Yeah, that guy's energy was sauce. I can't lie. How old is that song even? What was I saying? 10 years ago? 13 years ago. Ooh, that's not that long. Well, I mean, that's not that long. Yeah, you have to give me a minute to catch up breath. Play. I think the song is like copyrighted or something. If I were to play it, it will be. I think I'll get like a strike or something. Not a strike, more like this content is under registration or something like that. Or is it under free use? See, I'm choosing to miss out on peak musical talent. What language is that? What does ad aj ajdar mean? It brought tears. It brought a tear to their eyes. This is a conspiracy. You guys are not. You're not going to give me FOMO because of that music. Okay, Ajdar is his name, and Sadamar means carotid. Carotid. Yeah, good luck. Good luck to you guys. Good luck. Or Huey. Whew. See what we're leaving your stream for, John. Uh, I'm not genuinely missing out on nothing. I'm not missing out on nothing. I maintain my stance. I don't like the way he drew that leg. I might just send out to my friends with no context. I'm not jamming out to nothing. Uh, A very sauce personality. Moment to catch up, please. John is making the biggest mistake of his life right now, and we're watching it. Guys, that song genuinely made me cry. Cry happy tears. I've never been so moved by music in my life. Oh God, you guys are good. You guys are good. I like it. I like it. You guys are good. But I won't budge. I won't budge. Yeah. I maintain my stance. I'm Tim John has to upload a video of him dancing to that song. That is not happening. If you see anything like that, it's just AI. It's not me. How can I start a poll when there are only four people here? And only four people, and all of you guys are in agreement. It won't be a fair poll. It won't be fair. Yeah, it won't be fair. It's it's what the people want. It's what the people want. My ass. Yeah, that's not happening. Yo, the demands just keep going higher. Demands just keep going higher. He does have a point there, though. And that's why I personally decided to study anatomy. Uh, so that, like, there are times when you can be stranded, and I do agree with the fact that a lot of the times, like, whatever reference you're looking for, there's always an artist that has drawn it. but you can't just be scouring the internet looking for that reference. It's just better to just draw it by yourself. Still won't change the fact that if I have the reference, I'm going to copy though. But I get what he means, and it's a valid point. Hmm. Oh, oh. Yo, I'm used to silence on these streams. you can't you can't give me an ultimatum. You can't boycott me into listening to it. It's a good strategy though. I applaud it. But no. What's the name of that what's the name of that what's the name of that story from Invincible? They've they've begun turning it into a meme, the people on TikTok. That's Thrag Thrag line where they told him to surrender. And he was like, no, I choose death. Exactly. That's what this situation is like. Jesus, man, why is this other arms? Yo, lovely, don't succumb to their ignorance. No, not you too. Not you too. I'll have you know I'm African. Most specifically, I'm Nigerian. Like we are born with groove. I'll have you know. Like even those that can't, we're naturally born with it. So I don't have to prove nothing to you. I don't have to prove nothing to you. Do I even have groove? The- I'm not showing nobody nothing. I'm not showing nobody. Think of your ancestors. The music scene is the way it is right now because of black people. Exactly, exactly. No, I'm not dancing. Allow it. Allow it. I'm not dancing. Yo, I swear it's Irene that started this stuff. She's a master instigator. She started it and now you guys are carrying the flames. Slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross, crisscross. What is that? Is that like is that a nursery rhyme? If I had to draw a character dancing, if I had to draw a character dancing, I'd pose for it or look for references first. I couldn't find. Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. But I see what you're doing. But the strategy is not going to work. Yeah, if whenever I can't get a reference, I use myself. Like for my comic, a lot of the poses there are actually me. They're actually myself. So, uh, yeah, I get what you mean. But like I've done that before. It's not like oh, it's a dance. It's a dance style. The slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross, crisscross. Imagine in a few years when John is famous and those new gens will never get to see John dance. I know they are never going to see me. They're never going to see me dance. It won't happen. Reward the OGs, man. I've been here for what, 19 years total. And I appreciate the loyalty. But you're not getting no dance steps from me. There's more than enough TikToks for that. Look at you, lovely. Look at you chipping in. Yes, actually, Irene has been here a lot longer. I think she has been here the longest, actually. You're still worthy. We're still OGs. Yo, you're not the only one, right? The heat is too much. I don't know about how hot it is over there though. But it's quite hot here as well. Me Junior is in my pants. That interview from Tom Hiddleston. What interview is that? Tom Hiddleston. Where is the short? There's definitely a short for it. I don't have to watch a 4 minute video. Yeah, that's it. Oh, God, that British accent is so good. Yeah, what's the weather like today, Shaki? The heat makes me lazy. Exactly. It'll make you not want to move because you feel like you're going to feel sticky in a few minutes of moving. Doesn't stop me from moving though. Sun, 5 minutes thunderstorm, clear skies, gigantic hailstones. Oh yeah, I saw that. Because I follow Manchester City women's page, and there was this video of Bonnie Shaw. She was in the rain, and there was like what the hell do they call that stuff? Those hailstones, exactly. That's the word, hailstones. And they were in training. Actually, they were in training. So they were training under the rain. or as most people from my tribe would say, under the lane. All in the space of half an hour. Ooh, that's crazy. Uh, a schizophrenic weather. Was it bipolar? Oh, Germany's weather is like that too. Schizophrenic. Mm. One time when I was a kid, my sister told me when it rains, it's angels taking a piss. Yeah, we also had myths like that in our place as well. Most of them would say something like, if the rain is falling and then the sun is out, it means an elephant is giving birth. Uh, it's just weird. Some weird saints, not just one, there were several. I don't remember them all. You refuse to go out when it rains. Yeah, most of these sayings got to us. There was one that made some people cautious about eating fruits. It was that most people would say that whenever you mistakenly swallowed the seed of a fruit. So, for instance, an orange, yeah, an orange has seeds, and then let's say you're eating the orange, and mistakenly some of the seeds you just swallow them. Most people were saying that yeah, there's a tree that's going to germinate from your stomach and then come out through your mouth. A very scary sight. I don't think people believe knew how scary that was. Like, imagine you have a mouth and then there's like branches coming out from it. Yo, crazy. Hmm. What were you guys saying? Schizophrenic word. That is my vocabulary now. Oh, you're back. Yeah, welcome. No, I wasn't going. Like I was chatting to someone. Mm. Yeah, like something happened. I was talking to someone. Why are people on the internet way funnier than people you know in real life? Mm, really, I've never actually observed that. I actually laugh at like my friends are pretty funny. Yeah, I'm usually the funniest in the group though, but yeah, they're relatively funny to me. But yeah, the internet has a lot of funny people. Like if you, especially in the comment sections, you see some of the most um hilarious people you've ever seen. Like I never like scroll through a TikTok without looking at the comments that actually made me spill my guts out laughing. It's impossible to crack jokes when eye contact exists. Really? I crack them either way, is to be fair. I think a lot of people are funny. It's just that most most times people are just very self-conscious. So they don't, you know, and most people are scared to be self-deprecating. So most of the time they don't, express themselves well. Whereas when they go online and you see most of these guys that actually crack funny jokes in the comment section, they usually don't have anything like relating to them, so they can take on this alias and actually be themselves. So the person cracking that really funny joke might actually be someone might actually be someone you know that is just like being himself on the internet, where he knows that people around him doesn't won't like don't judge him for the jokes he's cracking, or like for being a funny person. If her happiness is dependent, if her joy is dependent on my dance moves, she has a long way to go. She has a long way to go, Shaki. If her joy is dependent on the fact that I would dance, yo. Oh my goodness. Best I could do is get her a bowl so that she doesn't cry and flood her room. She can just like she cries, she can pour it out. You guys are not getting any dance from me. Peer pressure is something that has never affected me in my life. So yeah, you guys can't you know, guys can't make me do it. But keep trying though, one day eventually I might give in, but not today. This one time. Mm. This is going to be a members only video. That's a good one. Yeah, Shaki, it didn't work. It didn't work. I admire the effort though. I admire it. I have to respect it. So close. Hmm. I'm not avoiding that. Wow, that was a wonderful video. I can't lie. Um, that was a wonderful video. Well, I learned something, albeit something I already knew, but it's still nice to uh, have something be reiterated to you. I'm going to work on my comic book now. I think I'll work on it for some time. Let's see how far we can go with it. And in the background, I'm going to have some Jim Lee, uh, some Jim Lee in the background playing. I think someone lit a match and shoved it down my throat because why does it burn so much? It does? Oh, sorry. I think somebody said that's exactly what I wanted to say. Drink water. Drink water. Mm, where's the Jim Lee part? There we go. Mm. Um, mm. Excuse you, you can't just accuse people of not being sharks. I'm never showing my face here ever again. I'm sorry, that's probably offensive. That was a very selfish, shellfish, shellfish comment. Ooh, I'm liking the fish jokes. I'm liking the fish jokes. It's making me hungry for some tilapia. Hungry for some tilapia. Okay, let's do some Yo, sleep. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, I was thinking about like the page that I'm about to do. Sure, I'm definitely gonna sleep. I can sense the reluctance. You would think one of these brush companies, hey, we'll send you free brushes. I like buy a brush. There's no other criteria. Is the food here? All right, I'll be right down. Good one. Good one. Yeah, that's a good one, Shaki. That's a good one. Sure it is. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, what's that thing people usually do on on social media where they'll send you like a person holding money and they'll be like, I can't watch this for free. Yeah, that's what your comment that comment deserves. That's what it deserves. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dum, dum, dum. Yeah, they are really good. They are really good. Masterfully crafted. You have to respect good puns when you see it. Well. It's just us now. How about you show us that I really love the persistence. I really love the persistence. I really love the persistence. But not happening, not happening, not happening, not happening. Hmm. They are pretty fantastic. They just roll off the tongue. Are you a writer or something? Are you a writer or like a singer or a rapper? Dropping some some double entendre. Mm, mm, mm. Not a writer. You have potential. Potential you have. Potential must use. Hmm. I'm definitely amazing. Anyways, guys, has anyone watched Star Wars? Between Yoda and Darth Vader, based on like all the material, who would win in a fight between Yoda and Darth Vader? Hello, Kaji. How you doing? How, welcome to the stream. How's your day going? My goodness. I just finished doing some David Finch, watch some David Finch tutorials. Kaji. I Yeah, I haven't either. It's been a while. Do you know when I was very young and I watched Star Wars, I actually believed I could be like Anakin. I I went to my backyard with my friends and decided that I was going to build a starship. It was very funny and foolish at the same time. I was so enthused by their transport system that I wanted to build one myself. Do you know the funny thing? I was building it with what do they call this stuff? Um, boxes, boxes that where things are actually put. Um, all these boxes that usually carry stuff. Anyways, I got a couple of them and I began using sellotape to construct my starship. It was a very funny and ridiculous sight. It didn't work out though. Wasn't able to build the starship, and I was so frustrated. It didn't work. After about 2 hours of sellotaping things together, I felt very frustrated because essentially what I had created. Yeah, so I tore them up. So we have like a cardboard box like this. Yeah, not cardboard. Not what do they call them? Forgotten the word for them. Boxes that usually like TV sets. Like you put a TV set inside like a carton, something like that, and then um, like you empty the carton, and then the carton is going to be something like this. Like when you remove everything. Anyways, I tore up the cartons and I tried joining them together to use that to create my own not necessarily starship, those little jets that they had, where they would put their robots. Let's say R2 will be over here, and then the pilot person will be over here. That was the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Anyways, it didn't work. And I gave up on that dream there and then. Starships. They're wonderful. Anyways, that's probably one of the coolest movies I watched in my life. Star Wars, the Clone Wars. Starships were meant to fly. Stand up and touch the sky. Yeah, that was a dope song. That is a dope song. That's a wonderful song. Nicki Minaj, yeah. Very cheeky, very cheeky. I like that. Uh, you wouldn't perhaps be feeling like dancing to it, no? Yeah, I like that. Mm. This guy is so fast, it's crazy. Mm. I. Mm. Okay, I think maybe I'll stop here for today. Since I've accomplished the main thing I wanted to do, and probably tomorrow we'll continue. Yo, guys, I had so much fun like on this stream. You guys you guys were hilarious. Yeah, made my day. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys became you guys entered what do they call it? You entered flow state. You guys entered flow states, every single one of you, the jokes. Yeah. So yeah, that was quite fun. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Uh, you know, no dance videos. No dance videos. That's going to take a while. It might happen. Yeah. So, probably keep asking and you might just get your wish. I swear, black is such a cheat code. Just applying blacks. It's crazy. This one more time. All right, guys. Have a lovely day. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow.